gonna make a stuffing. It's gonna be a basic bread stuffing, but it's gonna have apple, almonds, and raisins added to it. Now what I have is a couple of diced Granny Smith apple. Just dice it up in 1/4-inch cubes. What I have are slivered almonds, and I'm toasting these first. No oil, just dry, in a skillet on top of the stove. And what the toasting does, it brings out the oils. It's going to increase the flavor and enhance the nuttiness tremendously. Important step. I would definitely do this rather than just dump in raw slivered almonds. Now, you can buy these slivered. They're called slivered almonds. There's also sliced almonds, but look for the slivered. They're little kind of like matchstick types, and we're gonna toast these down. Now also, the ingredients, we're gonna start with a basic mirepoix. We're gonna do onion. We got about a cup and a half of onion, about a cup and a half of our carrots, about the same amount of celery. And we're gonna sweat those vegetables out and then add some garlic, about a tablespoon to 2 tablespoons of garlic. We also have the same amount of fresh chopped parsley and fresh chopped thyme. So we have almonds pretty well nice and toasted. You just want to get a little color on them. Be very careful with this and stay with it. Keep your eye on it because they can really burn quickly. If you're not watching it, it can get away from you. And the next thing you know, you got a pan full of black slivered almonds. All right, so our slivered almonds are nice and toasted off. They're nice and brown, nice and toasty. We're gonna get our pan ready, add some olive oil, bring it to heat, and we're gonna start our vegetables. We'll go with onion first. Like I said, maybe about a cup and a half of onion. And we're gonna sweat these onions out. And we're not gonna need to get color on these vegetables. Just sweat them out till they get nice and soft. Once we get that rolling, we're gonna add our carrots. About a cup and a half of diced carrot, all of it. We wanna season with salt and pepper. Let those sweat out for maybe 2 or 3 minutes. We want to let this go for a good 2 or 3 minutes before we add the celery. The celery contains a lot of water, so if you add the celery too soon, the water is just going to purge and not really, it'll get in the way of developing your caramelization of the onions and carrots. I'm gonna add the celery, about the same amount, cup and a half. Add our herbs. We're gonna go with about a 1/4 cup of chopped parsley, as well as a 1/4 cup of chopped fresh thyme. And we're saving the garlic for the end, as always. Save that garlic for the end. You don't wanna put it in too soon because it'll burn and it'll become very bitter when it burns. So all you want to do is get it in your pot, in your pan, and just give it a quick 1 or 2 minutes tops until it becomes fragrant. You'll be able to smell the fragrance coming through. So at this point, I'm going to add the garlic. And that is 1 large clove, probably a tablespoon and a half of chopped fresh garlic. Cook that through only for a minute or 2 at the most. All right, almonds have been fully toasted. I'm gonna add this to the mixture. Give it a good stir. Once we get them all incorporated, hey, we're gonna take it to the bread and finish off our stuffing. At which point we'll add the raisins, we'll add the apples. Now the apples, this is important. The apples I had chopped up ahead of time, and by doing so, you really need to put them in what's called acidulated water. What we did is we chopped up 1 lemon and added the juice of 1 lemon to the water, because if you don't do that, those apples are gonna oxidize. They'll turn brown really quickly. So Do that and you'll be able to keep your apples set aside till you're ready for them. And we're ready for the next step. All right, folks, we're back and we're going to finish off our apple almond stuffing for our pork crown roast. So, like I said, we have our store-bought stuffing mix here. So we're gonna add our vegetables first. Now next, we have our Granny Smith apple. Now I diced this up into about 1/4 to 1/2 inch dice. You can go a little bit smaller if you want. These are kind of big, but I think they'll be absolutely delicious and it'll create more of a presence in your stuffing. All right, so in with our apples, 1.5 cups of plain raisins. Then we're gonna mix this all up. Combine all the ingredients. The only thing we're gonna need to do is get a little moisture in here to get it to the right consistency. So we're gonna add some chicken stock until we get it to almost like a wet sand type of thing where it's able to clump together and hold its shape. That's about what we're looking for. So you just have to go a little at a time until you finally reach that point. You don't want it to be kind of falling apart and kind of dry like. So we'll add, like I said, about 1/2 cup at a time. Because this is a dry stuffing mix, I'm gonna hold off adding more. I'm gonna let it absorb a little bit because we might end up going too far with the chicken broth without allowing it to absorb. So let's give it a minute to see how it comes out. All right, I think our stuffing is ready. I just want to show you what we're looking for. If you clump it together and it holds its shape just like this, it's exactly what you want. You don't want it to be kind of like dry sand where it's all falling apart. You need a little, almost like wet sand. That's perfect. This is Tommy the Butcher. I hope you're gonna like this recipe. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe for more tips. Keep smoking and I'll see you next time.